Hey, welcome back to the Lightspeed Social Agency YouTube channel. I wanted to take a quick second here to tell you about our podcast this week because I'm super excited about the guest. We got John Pajak on to talk about budgeting in 2023 and kind of this idea of being kind of stuck treading water at $50,000 to $80,000 a year, never able to hit that $100,000 mark. I think that it will be super valuable to you, even if you're not stuck treading water there. Some of the budgeting ideas that we talk about are super valuable. And so just real quickly here, I want to talk to the guys who are stuck at 50 to 80K in top line revenue. Maybe you have one employee, maybe you're solo, and you're just kind of stuck, right? You just can never seem to get past that hurdle to get to that $100,000 mark. We have a video specifically about growing a lawn care business to $100,000 in top line revenue and some of the strategies that you need to employ there. But to speak directly to where you're at here in January of 2023, where you're wanting to figure out, okay, how do I fix it this year? The number one thing that you can do is to figure out your budget for this year. So John has some resources for budgeting that we'll have linked down in the show notes here. And make sure to listen to the podcast because he's going to give you some good gold over there. But what I want to talk to you about is specifically figuring out your marketing budget for 2023. So let's say that you were at, to use a round number, let's say $50,000 in top line revenue last year, and you spent $1,000 on marketing. And this year you're wanting to grow by 20%. And let's say last year you added 10K to the business with that $1,000. So for your $1,000 in spend, you got $10,000 in benefit. So it's 1 to 10, right? If you're wanting to grow the business by 20% this year, that's going to be that's another $10,000 that we would want to be adding. We're going to need to spend that $1,000 again, right? We'll get hopefully the same rate of return on the ads. As long as you know, like, hey, the ads worked last year. It wasn't that, someone gave us a route or whatever it was that like got you to that point. If you know your growth came from your marketing spend, then it's scalable, right? So what I would challenge you to do is maybe set a more aggressive goal. You're never going to get out of the slump where you're stuck if you're not consistently adding to the business, doing things a little more aggressively to hit your goals. So maybe look at spending what you need to do to get to 20 to 30%, 40% growth. Maybe that looks like adding another service, right? If you are strictly maintenance and you've been stuck at 50 to 80K, it is probably because you're not tapping your list appropriately, right? It's not all about just adding new clients in. It's that you need to be able to sell your existing clients something else, right? So if you are strictly maintenance, maybe it's time to look into getting your certification to do weed control and fertilization treatments. You can add that. Something you can do without any work is adding in spring cleanups, right? Getting out there and just taking care of people's lawns right before it's time to start mowing. You can do a spring cleanup for a bunch of clients, boost your revenue off of that new service, and you can add that into your business really, really quickly and easily without having to, get some sort of new certification to do treatments. The other service you can consider adding is like a core aeration. You shouldn't need any new certifications to do that. You can do that with rental equipment, right? So you can try it for a season, make sure that you sell enough for it to be worth it, and just incorporate the cost of the rental into the equipment. So think about ways that you can add to your service offerings without major disruptions to the business, and you can get in there and unlock some growth potential from your existing list of customers. It's really, really easy to get existing customers who already know and trust you to say yes again. So if you're looking at, okay, we've added some existing customers, we're going to increase our marketing spend, we're going to advertise to our list, look at those things to grow the business. That is going to really help you get out of this hurdle. Make sure to listen to the podcast this week. I know this is a little shorter video than we usually do, but the gold is all in this podcast episode. So please, please, please go listen to that, and it will help you figure out your budget for 2023 and reach out to John if you need to do like some one-on-one going through the numbers. If you are stuck in your business, the number one thing that you can do to get unstuck is to get a budget that works for the business, helps you figure out what your goals are and actually reach them. So if marketing is part of that, please reach out to us here at Lightspeed. We would love to work with you on a marketing plan. If you need to figure out your budget to kind of get things unstuck there, reach out to John. He'd be happy to help you out. We'll have a link to his website in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if this was helpful to you. Click the bell for notifications so you don't miss our video next week. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.